Hello everyone. Please let me know how the audio is, and I'm about to be live. Let's wait a few minutes as well. I can change the audio to this. I'm just testing out which one's the best option. Let's try this one.
Is this any better? Or the other one is better? Still low. Well, those are the only options I have. Let me go back in here. Hello, hello, everyone. So yeah, welcome. I'm here. Okay, change the previous one then. We're at the
Vacation is our summer vacation. I'm here directly from Hawaii. Beautiful, beautiful place. And I'm here to share a lot of cool stuff. I hope you guys can hear. It is windy here, that's why the noise canceling is probably canceling out a little bit of the audio of my voice as well. It's very early morning here, so good morning for whoever is still in morning. Good evening, afternoon to everyone. And yeah, today we have a bunch of really, really cool announcements. And I didn't want to. Three times equal? Ah, that is weird. Huh.
this one will be better, honestly. This one might be a little better. Did you open three times a stream because you're too excited? Hmm? Might be the same because same outputs. So yeah, let's give some minutes for people to join. People to start coming in. This will be recorded and reposted on YouTube, Patreon, and yes, I am live right now. Look at the flower here. Vacations are summer break. So these are summer break announcements. We're in the middle of the year, so it's good to look back to what we did and look forward to what is coming, which is a lot of cool stuff. Actor is input. Man, that is hard. Because one is from the headphone and one is from the camera. So I feel like they're both the same for me when they hear it back. I think I should take some settings. Oh, yes.
So this better? Better? Trying to tweak some stuff here. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Better? Okay, cool. I'll try to speak louder as well. So here right now it's 6 a.m. Oof, early. And sun is just rising. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off this blur from the background. No background blur, so you guys can see how nice this looks. Thank you for Happy birthday. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, make it on Unity. I don't have experience with Unity, but yeah, I know I had to change my PC because of that reason. I also couldn't handle Unreal. But I think it's okay as long as you apply the animation principles. It should be fine. But I won't be able to support as much as Unreal because I haven't tried Unity yet. See how we're doing here. We can probably start in like a couple more minutes. We have a lot to talk about. I want to announce some really, really exciting things. But before that, I do want to look back on what we did this year because I'm very proud of all of us. Because we made a game. Well, it's been a while since we don't talk on the stream. But we actually, on this year, starting in January, started the game fundamentals lectures. And if you follow all of them, GF1 and GF2, we actually made a full level of the game. We can have like pretty much everything there, which is it's crazy. In like 6 months, we're able to put it together something from like the very basic fundamentals to something playable that looks nice. It has a cinematic intro, it has a locomotion set, it has attacks, it has hit react, that respawn. So it's pretty cool. I'm really, really happy about these two modules that we did this year, and a lot more people engaging on the homework, which I love. I really like having more and more engagement and people really following the lectures and the homework, which is great. So that is really, really cool. And the VIP and the platinum members doing like an amazing job pushing much further. And I can tell how our community compared to even other much more professional, expensive schools. We're like pretty even with them in terms of quality and how people are using the content that they're receiving. And it's starting grabbing more and more attention. I have like Sir Wade. It's like he signed up. He said like, "Oh, really cool what you're doing. I haven't seen this before." He wants to do something together, maybe in the future. And some other people from the industry like, oh, that's really cool. I have some friends, even some friends from juniors, like, oh, how you're teaching like so cool how you're teaching me Unreal and all this game track because it's something so different than feature that they will be benefited by that, but also it's focusing animation, so it's not like we're just teaching the game and leaving the animation behind. We're actually pushing the animation as well. So this is really cool. Just a look back on the 6 months. It was 6 months of a lot of immersion into game fundamentals, game animation. We had Astoria releasing. We have a free proxy rig for everyone that is signed up. Doesn't matter your tier, you can have access to her and you can try it out. Her body mechanics rig, her proportions. It's really cool. You can export her to Unreal. It's a game ready rig, which is really cool. And for the VIP members and up, which we're many right now. I think we're like 13, 14, something like that, maybe even 15. They can have access to her to actually use on a cinematic scene or a game project, even like if you want to make a level like a third person or like a side scroller or whatever. She's game ready. She has all the instructions. She has like really cool textures. She looks very appealing for a game character. It has a very nice personality. So this is really cool. Very, very exciting beginning first half of the year, 2 quarters of the year, and it's really cool. Anyone wants to highlight anything that they liked on this first piece of the year? I'm gonna be replying the comments as well. I have the chat here. So I don't see any comments popping up here. You can also comment on Discord if the chat's not working, but it should be working. I see the last comment here from YouTube. All right. And yes, it's very important to take a break. That's why I decided to do this stream here. I was considering like pushing either doing a week before or a week after so I could do it at home and have like my whole setup. That's much easier. But I wanna just like reinforce the idea of taking breaks. I think it's very important to take breaks. And we're on the like the middle of the year. Everyone pushed a lot, or whoever is new, you did a lot before. It's always important to take breaks, and I want to reinforce there. It's humid, yeah, it's humid here. Humid, and the sun burns like crazy. And hello, Gia. So let me check it. You guys can hear well, right? Imagine talking all of this and try it out. Cool. All right. So taking breaks. Taking breaks is really important. Like I said, that's why I'm doing this here, and to reinforce this idea, and also to to show like I'm also taking breaks. I've been working a lot to put together a lot of stuff, and I'm taking a break, which is totally normal. Don't feel guilty about taking a week, take a few days, taking 2 weeks. Always think about what are your goals. If you're feeling burnt out, if you're feeling like, okay, I worked a lot, don't feel bad about taking breaks. Every time I take a break, I come back and I'm like twice faster. Everything just goes like really fast because you're fresh, you're more excited, and you feel rested. So that is very important. But now it's getting to the time where we're gonna announce what the new module will be. Any questions, any comments, anything you guys wanna ask? Feel free to ask before we move forward. I can show around if you guys want as well. I'm very surprised the hotel internet is not dropping on us. So thanks for that. So yes, now AJ, thank you. Tremendous amount of work this year. Enjoy all the Patreon memberships offer and will offer. It's quite similar to be honest, Michael. Depending where you go, if you go towards like some place in the north of Brazil, it's pretty similar to Hawaii. The sand, the weather, yeah, show around. It's cool. The cool thing about Hawaii is like you have the beach back here, and then you turn it, and you have the mountains on the back. Oops. Yeah, right there. Imagine if I drop the phone. And it's a beautiful place. I thought about it, but no internet, and it will be way too windy. It's like super windy here. I thought about going to the pool as well, but no internet, no good connection. And I couldn't do on my phone. I still want to share some like really cool stuff. All right. So the new module will be AF6. Yes, we're back to the feature film track, and we're gonna go into advanced stylized character acting. Let me present here. God, with one monitor is so hard. And where's my play? Yes. Advanced stylized character acting. Really exciting. Really exciting. We're gonna talk about advanced acting, lip sync, what everyone always loves doing it, everyone always asks, but we're gonna do stylized. So the idea is for you to pick a style that you want. I will pick a style, and then you just go on over on this style. So the goals and objectives. Setting a specific style for your project, you can go cartoony. For the game animators, don't feel left out because you can just like, oh, I'm gonna do cinematic, so I'm gonna choose a very realistic style. I wanna choose like a hyper realism. I'm gonna choose a cartoony, or I'm gonna follow what you're doing and choosing whatever style I will be doing. So, or I want to just get better at Disney Pixar style. But we're going to study and really understand what sets apart, like set some rules, defining rules to create like a cohesive final result. It's pretty much like a pre-production of a bigger project. So you're going to actually set all those rules and create this project that you will be able to make not just one shot, but you're going to be able to like one, two, three shots, and they will feel like they are part of the same thing. We're gonna have a lot of homework exercise that will make you establish those rules. And the cool thing is that you can even do this module in a group. You can get like you and two, three friends, or you and a friend, two friends, three friends, and then you can just do it together. Like, hey, let's do it on this style, and everyone sets like establish those rules. Everyone follow those rules, and we can create a specific high polished feature film slash cinematics level acting shot. Cool. Let me check the chat here, uh, just to see if you guys are excited. Nice. But just one monitor life is hard. Cool. So that will be our new module. Super, super exciting because we're not just gonna, oh yeah, get a character and animate an acting, or get a character and do a cinematic. Do whatever you like. It's gonna be similar, but why you're choosing this and how you're choosing, that's what is gonna set your apart. So let's just go to the breakdowns. Lesson one, we're gonna study and explore the style and picking the character we're gonna use and trying it out to see if it fits our style. If you want something hyper realistic, you need to get a character that has good deformations for the muscle. It has a more realistic face deformation, it's not so cartoony. Or if you want something very cartoony, you need the limbs to be bending, etc., etc. So that's gonna be our lesson one. Studying, like deciding the style, studying it, breaking down what they do, finding a lot of examples, creating a library of what you think is cool on that style. And then we're like, okay, that's the style I want. Lesson two, we're gonna build a library. So we're gonna actually get Studio Library. It's a free script. I'm gonna show it later. Most of people already know, and we're gonna build the some library based on this style. Very cartoony poses, very realistic poses, etc. And we're gonna establish this style. Here's where we're gonna start thinking about the rules, like, oh, the smile doesn't go further than this point, or it goes further than this, like the maximum amount of smile. The eyes, they're gonna blink. They're always gonna blink low lid and upper lids, or it's just gonna be always blinking in the middle. It's we're gonna set up all of those rules to make sure whenever we go to animate the character, everything is very specific. Cool. If you have any questions, I'm always be going checking the module or the chat here. Nice. Lesson three, finding a good dialogue or creating the idea in case of cinematic or in case of acting for feature film. We're gonna find a nice dialogue or a pantomime, and we're gonna create an idea for a shot that we're gonna apply those previous two lessons. If it's like a cinematic combat, I will try to keep reasonable for your time. Don't try to make something too crazy because you're gonna just like pass too far from how many lessons we have. So I would suggest something 10, 12 seconds is a good range. If you have a lot of time to study and you're like focusing only on this, you can stretch it to 15 seconds. If you have less time, which will be my case, I'll probably try to keep between like 7 seconds. You can still prove a point with this amount of time. Lesson 4, all about reference and storytelling poses. I know OBS is covering here, but yeah. So we're gonna be how to approach recording reference, where to find reference, how to put your first poses in case you cannot record a reference. What are the most important poses from your reference? Why do I record reference and my animation still doesn't look good? This happens a lot. A lot of students like they record reference, they get the right poses from the reference, they get the breakdowns, and the animation still doesn't look good. And you're like, why doesn't it look good? Because maybe your reference is not specific enough for your shot. Or maybe you don't need to follow exactly the reference. And you can always just like play around and try it out on top of your reference. I have some Hawaiian water here. Cool. Any questions for now? Those will be our 4 first lessons. And then continuing blocking. Here's gonna be more of like over the shoulder working. You guys know I like showing my workflow and I like showing how I animate. JPI asked a very important accent. I've been facing a hard time keeping classes with job and freelance work. What are your suggestions about balance studying the classes with work and daily life? I would, instead of doing weekly, just do it like bi-weekly. Like do one lesson and set yourself 2 weeks instead of 1 week. Because every lesson I try to do it enough work for 1 week, even if you're working, but I do understand a lot of work faces crunch time. You don't have a lot of time, you don't have energy after work, you don't have time on the weekends. So I do consider one lesson for 2 weeks. I think it will be a good amount of time. But that will break a little bit the rhythm. So try your best to keep it up every week as much as you can. But make sure you can just like, okay, if I skip 1 week, it's not a big deal. Just like every other week would also be fine. Wesley, no, you're not too late. Just a little bit. We're just going over the new module and you can just rewind a little bit or watch it later. The AF6. Cool. So lesson 5, blocking. Then we're gonna have a break week, live stream for the questions, answers, and the overall feel about the module. Checking in. We're gonna have another session like this. Maybe white. No, I'm joking. It's not gonna be white. But we're gonna have another session where we're gonna review whatever you guys have. Any questions about like, oh, I'm struggling with this specifically. I think this class wasn't interesting enough or was very interesting. I want more information. So it's gonna be like our regular check-in. Then lesson 6, addressing first blocking notes and moving forward to second blocking pass. I think this one's very important because I do give a lot of notes on whenever you guys are blocking. So I do give a lot of notes, but sometimes I feel like they're not being applied, or if they're being applied, they're being applied too literal. And I want you guys to develop this sense of, okay, those are the blocking notes. I can move to this direction, applying these notes and improving these other points. In this, I'm developing this method, like we're a community. So I'm trying to do everything based on what I see. So the more you guys participate, more the modules keep adjusting to what is happening to the community. So that lesson specifically, I was gonna put it here like blocking plus, and that will be a more regular what other schools would do as well, just like blocking blockers plus applying. But here I want to address specifically this because a lot of people send homework review, and homework review is not like the planning review where you have a lot more time to develop the conversation, etc. So homework review is like something fast, and I want you guys to have the ability to get like a 5-minute note and know where you can be taken to and how to move forward from that. Lesson 7, spline pass, rhythm and flow. Yes, animation flow. Flow will always be there, and I'm always gonna talk about this in animation. So rhythm and flow on your shot, we're gonna just go over more of how to make the transition from step to spline and make sure we keep a nice flow with the character. And then lesson 9, lesson 8, starting to polish. Pretty straightforward. We have a good spline pass with the flow of the motion. We're gonna start polishing and polishing parts 2. So polish part 1, polish part 2. Not a big deal here. Polish. And I didn't say like final polish because we're not never gonna get you. Final polish is something that you just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, and you need to get to a point where okay, that is enough because it never ends. To be honest, polish. And then lesson 10, addressing notes and final touches. I actually forgot to put my camera in here. So yeah, cool. So that is our new module, AF6, Advanced Stylized Character Acting. Super exciting, and I can't wait to start. But that is not all. That is not all that I have to announce today because I'm gonna introduce Miara. Yes, Miara is the newest character from Animation Flow. So we're gonna have a feature film quality character, and I've been working really hard to put this character together. At first, will be available exclusive for Platinum and Academy animators. It will not be available for VIP or Animator 3, etc. But Miara is gonna be the character that I will be using on AF6. Super exciting to be animating her. I've been testing and I've been giving rig notes, and I'm gonna talk about all of this during the lessons as well. But she is perfect. That is our new character, and I'm super excited to be animating. You can get a hint of what the style will be for AF6. I see some comments already. Looks like bad guys. Yeah. So that will be very interesting, and I can't wait to start animating her. And because we're on the live, I want to share how the rig is gonna be in the future. Yes, creature animation is coming in the future. Don't worry about it. But for this one, we're gonna be yeah, the fur is gonna go wild. I know, right? Let me go back to myself here. Oops, wrong button. I come back to myself. Yes. So really exciting. Let me check if I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I'm planning to have a lot more stuff. That I'm gonna talk a little more about that later. The stream is just starting, so you guys can imagine how many more things we have here. Cool. So I wanna show a test that I did with her to make sure it's up to the standards, and I did. Let's see where can I find it? We are right here. Uh, Miara. Yeah, I love animating her. Having so much fun. And this is ups. Let's go back in here. Yeah. So this is the test I did with her to show the range of expression. I'm gonna post this soon, but you can get an idea. I know it's lagging a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna leave this looping So that will be our newest character. Super, super exciting. So yeah, if you buy Platinum for a few months and downgrades, you still have access to her, but as a disclaimer, it's this character is meant to be used only at animation flow, so you cannot use in another school. You can probably do a test by yourself with no mentorship. That will be the rule. But if you use this character at animation mentor, anim school, or something like that, it won't be ideal. I will not be able to post it. You will not be able to post it. I will like send a message like, hey, this is not, and that's not gonna be good for, because a lot of people know about animation flow and they will know that wasn't done in animation flow, so it's not gonna be a good thing, etc. I have plans for the future for characters that will be used more, but yes. Oh, my flower. Yeah. But yeah, you're gonna have access. If you wanna make, like, you have planning for 2 months, we finish a shot, and then you cancel your subscription, you have the rig, and you wanna make more tests, feel free to do so. Here we can see all the controllers, and yes, the 2D lines are built in the rig. You animate them. It's I'm gonna go over the rig more whenever on the first classes whenever we're trying the rig. Mm. The bank loan is gonna be hard to explain. That's funny. I mean, if they see the character, they will understand. And we have a turntable, so you can see all the controllers, everything. It is the closest to a feature film rig I ever worked with. If not, I believe we can do the same as a feature film. For example, Turning Reds, because you guys are all saying bad guys. And that's her final look. But of course, you can customize for your shot, change the clothes, etc., which we'll also talk about it whenever we're talking about the new module. Cool. Super, super exciting. And I picked this character, stylized all the rules about mouth, eyes, and expression lines. It's going to be something that really sets apart the style. So it's going to be a very good example of how to work with that. Cool. So yes, Miara, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am because I'm super excited. And if you have any questions, we can talk a little bit about it now. I'm gonna leave her here, or I can leave the test playing. Try a new. I did use the overlapper tool recently. I shared a cool overlapper tool on on Discord, so I use that tool for the hair. But you have a few controllers that you can animate by yourself, or you can just animate as an FK hair. A lot of people like animating by hand. I use the overlapper tool. If after your feedbacks shot no longer makes sense, recommends restarting and accompanying the course one class behind. Yes, that is valid. I do think it's a good idea to restart, or sometimes you just push through, finish that shot, get the learning from for the next shot that you're gonna be working on. Both ideas are good. If you're doing like a lip sync and you're like, oh yeah, I don't think this lip sync is gonna go anywhere. You can just like restart it. It's better to restart. But it's like a test, like, oh yeah, this could be a little better. Just push through the end. So next question to Discord. I have a general question. I often struggle to come up with ideas for practice animations. I prefer working on real projects where clients can specify what they want. This means I don't get to work on personal projects as much. There is a giant animation for. Is this normal? Yes, it is normal, and I do agree with that. It's much easier to work on a production than creating something. For me, was the I think one of the biggest challenges of my career was creating this character because I had to decide everything, and there was like no one, like no director or no one else on top, like just telling me what I need to do, and it's much harder. But I think that's what is gonna improve whenever you get a client. It's gonna improve your just like your workflow in a way. So whenever they tell you what to do, you're gonna have more on your mind to improve their idea. And the way to exercise that is trying to follow the classes as much as you can, of course, but trying to follow the classes and see if you can like study. I think I have some lectures like how to have a good idea and how to find dialogue, how to decide like how to make a pantomime acting, etc. So it's kind of like this also a skill that you need to study. I hope that that answers. That was for Shady Sobi. Nikita, what is the new module? Did we discuss about that? Sorry, I joined late. Yes, we just discussed. It's gonna be AF6 stylized advanced stylized character acting. So it's gonna be towards feature film, but it's gonna be a stylized guide. I will just a spoiler about the module. I will do a lip sync. Yes, there's a thing, Alexandre. Any rig will be useful for this module because we're setting up the style. So it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put my camera back on so we can talk properly. So it doesn't matter what rig you use as long as you set up. Oh, damn, I always click on the right one, oh, the wrong one. So it doesn't really matter what rig you use because, let me do this. Yeah. Doesn't matter what rig you use as long as you set up the rules and you can decide the style you're going for. So Briar fits a specific style. Maybe you want to do something League of Legends style. League of Legends has a very specific style, more towards like an anime timing, a lot of big stretches. So you can just like, okay, I'm gonna study League of Legends style. I have this Briar rig, and I'm gonna set those rules, and I'm gonna make a shot based on this style. So that is the goal. I'm using Miara. There's a more feature film towards a stylized, similar to Looping the Third, Bad Guys, Turning Red, Luca. I'm still deciding, and that's part of the class, which like how the timing will be, how like some of the rules are gonna work. It has expression lines like Spider Verse. It's not gonna be on choose like Spider Verse, so etc. There's a lot of rules that we're gonna set, but that is the whole goal. Like you can pick any character and decide the style you're gonna go to. We can pick a creature if you want, and just like, okay, my style is gonna be realist quadruped, and then you just start studying. It's gonna be a lot of course, if you follow the lecture, it's gonna follow the style that I'm going. But if you want to do something, you can always do it by yourself. Following the lectures, you're gonna learn how to do by yourself what I'm doing. Fabian's asking, will she have library? Yes, and this is lesson 2, I believe. We're gonna build a library together, and I will build a library for her as well, like together, and I'll keep putting more stuff on this library. And yes, the students will be able to use this library as well. Cool, cool, cool. Nice. Look at this sky. Got so pretty on the background and the ocean water. Wow. No, I did not rig myself. I did not model myself. I had a team of modeler, rigger, and texture artists. I did do the animation and the look dev. So no, I'm not a rigger. Very talented rigger. I will put the credits later on whenever I announce her with text and stuff, so you can look it up. The talented people involved. But I was just the one directing, like I want like this, and making all the rig notes, etc., etc. Cool, cool, cool. She does not have multiple limbs. If it's needed for our style, I will add. One thing that is pending, and I might or might not add, is gonna be different teeth plates. She has a tail, yeah, but not multiple tails, no. But teeth plates, I want to add, and I'm gonna show if you want to do something with multiple limbs. Yes, you can do it just one rig. You duplicate the rig, hides the the other parts of the body, and then you can just create. But by default, she doesn't have it. Oh, by the way, she is running real time on, I think running real time on my laptop, which is not as powerful as my computer. So she's a very fast performance rig, with which is amazing because the quality is so good, and you have like a real time rig. It's just incredible. So yes, I can keep talking forever about how good she is. Cool. So now we're on the middle of the year. We have a new module to start. Let's look a little bit further in the future because that is another really exciting announcement that I want to make. This is the first time I'm gonna be talking about this, but I'm gonna keep talking more and more later on because if I had a drum roll, sound effects would be perfect right now. We'll have the the Animation Flow Awards. In the end of the year, we're gonna have the Animation Flow Awards. I'm looking into partnership with different brands. I'm looking into a lot of stuff for the Animation Flow. We're gonna have prizes. Yes, Michael, we will have prizes. We're gonna have Animation Flow Awards for. We're gonna have categories. You'll be able to submit on the category. We're gonna have a trophy. Yes, we're gonna have an actual trophy, and that is the design of the trophy. We're gonna a real physical trophy, by the way. We're gonna have categories. It's gonna have game. It's gonna have feature film. We'll have live. Imagine an award show. I'm gonna put the Oscars because the most famous one, where there will be different categories. People will be able to submit, and I will have a panel of judges. It's not gonna be just the public, like whoever has more followers. No, I have people from DreamWorks, Disney, Riot, Sony Santa Monica, and I'm gonna get more and more people involved as the judging panel, and we're gonna judge only quality. Whenever we're judging, I'm gonna put all the play blasts without name, so there not gonna be any bias as where the person is from, etc. No, it's gonna be quality only. So we're gonna judge purely the animation on each category, and we're gonna have prizes for every category and one grand prize. And I have a little bit of a spoiler here for the prizes. For the price of, I'm gonna put my camera back here. Yeah, no, it will not be favoritism, and yeah, it's only for students. And for the prizes here, for the feature, it's not gonna be exactly this one. I'm still working on the base, but for the feature animator, you're gonna have a really cool print of Miara. And for the game track, let me get it here. You're gonna have, yeah, the hand broke, by the way. Yes, we're gonna have Astoria, and that is the real size of the print. and the sword is here. I'm changing the pose because I made the shipping will be a nightmare with this sword out here, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna change this pose. And that is not all. That will be this is just a spoiler. We're gonna have a lot of stuff, t-shirts, hats, and maybe a Cintiq or something. I'm talking to Hansel Labs to see if I get a partnership, like a tablet. We're gonna have a lot of prizes. This is just the first announcement, and yes, any subscriber can attend, but that is the thing. It has to be something animation flow related. You can't just do a shout on Anim School, Animation Mentor, whatever. You you cannot use a shot that you did professionally. Oh, Ben just showed up. Yeah, Ben, I'm in Hawaii right now. You missed the beginning. When you're planning on subscription, maybe, or maybe something else, yes. So we're gonna have the Animation Flow Awards coming. This is the coolest for whoever. I am considering some scholarship options as well for the future, but I'll have a really cool pool of prizes that will make sense, of course. And this is students only, so the shot needs to be developed during animation flow, of course. This is gonna take place online. I wish we could do in person maybe in the future, but this is gonna take place online in towards the end of the year, and it's gonna be a really cool event. Dress up, everyone's gonna have the camera on, and I'm gonna have the judges. I'll try to see if they can participate as well. People are gonna talk a little bit. We're gonna try to make something cool. But for those that are not students and you're interested in like something else and participating on the same events, we'll also have, yes, the Animation Flow Challenge, AF Challenge. Oh. So yes, we're gonna have a challenge as well. Rules and sign up coming soon. If you participate the challenge, it's gonna have also a prize. It's gonna have a challenge for feature and for game. So you have like the feature film theme challenge, the game theme challenge. They will have rules. They will have like a sign up, and you can be like you don't need to be subscribed. The only disclaimer is I will not be able to give any notes if you're participating in the challenge. So if you decide to participate in the challenge and you're a student, I cannot give notes on that shot. The challenge is for the whole public, for everyone, and there will also gonna be prizes for first and second place, both for the feature and for the game, and everything is gonna be on the same event. So it's gonna be a huge event, huge, I hope, a huge event on the end of the year. We're gonna announce the Animation Flow Challenge winners and the Animation Flow Awards that is gonna take most of the time because we have different categories and it's for everyone that is part of our community to have a good time. I'm gonna highlight every subscription, like everyone who's submitted, every submission, and everything. Cool. So those are like the two really, really exciting things. The challenge, just a few things that I'm thinking. It won't be just 1 month. I'm thinking about 6 to 8 weeks with one check-in in the middle. If we do 6 weeks, after 3 weeks, you can have one check-in with me. I will just like give a passive note. It's gonna be private. I'm not gonna post anywhere because I don't want people to copy each other's idea, etc. If it's 8 weeks, it's gonna be like a 2 month long, and then in the middle you can just like check in because I know a lot of people don't have time and they want to participate and they work full time and they're like, damn, it's just 1 month. I'm gonna rush because I have this really cool idea. Maybe 2 months will solve. And then in the middle you can have a check-in time where I'm just gonna you submit it and I'll say like, hey, yeah, this is cool. Pay attention on this, this is this, and that's it. Cool. Those are the three really cool announcements that I had to make today. Four actually, right? New module, Miara, Animation Flow Awards, and Animation Flow Challenge. Yeah, the award show is what I'm the most excited about. So AFC, Animation Flow Challenge. And it's gonna be the AFC and the GFC, Game Fundamentals Challenge. So that is it that I have to announce. But always remember, make sure to take a break. We're in the middle of the year. We're gonna have a busy rest of the year ahead because we have a really exciting new module. We have a challenge to prepare, and we have the award show to prepare. Anything that you've done this whole year, you will be able to submit. Soon, I'm gonna start making like a specific website where you can see all the rules, see all the categories, so you can prepare yourself for the submissions. I'm gonna put a deadline. I'm gonna check with the judges. I'm gonna check with sponsors to get prizes, etc. It's gonna be a lot of work on my end as well. So if any time I forget to reply something or I forget to give you a note, don't take it personally. I'm just trying to take care of a lot of stuff all at the same time. But it's just because everything is like for example, we skipped the lecture this week because I just came from a trip recently. I'm on another trip right now, and between this time I had to prepare everything for like Miara to make sure and like all this stream. I wish Porsche sponsor. Maybe in the future, Alan, I will talk with Porsche to see if they sponsor something. You can submit multiple shots for different categories for the award. You cannot submit for the same category. If you think like best feature film animation, you can submit only one shot. If it's like I don't know, best lip sync, you can submit the same shot for two different categories, but you cannot submit two different lip syncs for the same category. Yes, shots in mentorship will it the idea is four shots in mentorship. It's only shots that you're doing in mentorship for the awards. So they're only shots that we'll be doing either if you're animator one to platinum, all the shots that you're working on this community that you post in the homework review, even if you post on the open feedback, everything that is part of this community, as long as there's no problems, don't get in trouble of making a, a course on animation mentor and then coming like, oh, I'm submitting this. You're gonna get in trouble with animation mentor and with me. And that is a lot of the industry because a lot of people on animation mentor are working professionally and a lot of and I'm working also in the industry. A lot of the judges will be working in the industry as well. So if they notice those kind of things, it's not gonna be good because I do remember before someone used a 2D test that they did before for the anime challenge, and they say like they did it specifically for that. And one of the judges, I was on the judging panel for that one, and they just like, hey, I've seen this before, and he saw a post that was like previous than the challenge, and that wasn't good. That was just like, yeah, this is not fair. So just be mindful of that. Cool. Tyler, working on vacation, this means a machine. It's a break. It's just a nice time with all the animation flow community. So it's not technically work. It's just so many cool things. Yes, keychains, pins, stickers, and T-shirts. They are here on my place. They're all in a box this big, and they will be part of the prizes as well. But if you ever meet me anywhere in the events, I will be in a few events this year as well. I will make sure to give you one, just let me know. But shipping them, I'm still figuring out. A lot of people ask about like hats and merch and like t-shirts and stuff. I am figuring out a way to make like the shipping make sense. And I'm gonna start putting a lot of stuff. Come to Brazil, yes, it's on my list. BGS, oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna talk to BGS to see if I can do something there. I know I'll be on Autodesk University in San Diego in October. I will be making a lecture there about game animation using Maya. So at Autodesk University in October. I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona in September. Also giving a talk there. Bangladesh is also on my list. Yes. Vancouver, maybe Sparks. I'll talk to them. I'm starting to check. It's a lot because there's so many of those events, and you need to like talk to them. But maybe Mexico. I think there's one in Mexico that I was talking with. Uh, what else? Maybe Portugal on Trojan, but I'm not gonna be speaking there. But maybe I'll go. Who knows? So I'll be around everywhere I go. You guys, I will make sure to post on Discord, and you guys like, hey, I'm from here, and I can just like give you a keychain and something like some keychain pins, etc. Any Hawaii special video? Surf lessons maybe. No, no, it's time. I will post some stuff on Discord, but it's time to take a break. I'm not gonna be recording, make like a video for you guys to watch it later. It's gonna feel like work. So it's time to take a break. Just relax. I will post some photos and some videos on Discord just so you guys can see. Yes, you can win multiple prizes. If you're the best lip sync and the most polished shot, you're gonna win. The same shot's gonna win best lip sync and best polished shot. Or if you're like, I don't know, best game like locomotion set on the game side and also best attack, you can win multiple prizes. The idea is that we're gonna have a lot of submissions, so it's gonna be competitive because I don't want just like two people to submit and then they win everything. And I'm gonna be checking on that to see the interest of like everyone and pushing for that so we can have like a cool award show. So I'm gonna be insisting like, hey, this is cool. You're working on that. Make sure to apply for the award show. You're cool. It's cool that you're working on that. Make sure to apply to award show. So I'm gonna be don't be surprised if you get a DM like, hey, it's really cool what you did. You should apply for the award show because I think it will be good for this category, etc. Because I know it can be a lot of people can be like, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not gonna submit. I didn't do good enough. So I don't want that feeling from people. I want everyone to submit, and then we're gonna have like a really cool show to showcase a lot of the work. And it's gonna be, and we also have the student reel coming. Hopefully, in the end of the year, we always have a new student reel. But this is gonna be cooler than the student reel because it's like a highlight from everyone in like specific pieces. So yeah, cool. Uh, yes, it's the time to do many cool things. I'm super excited. Voluntary, yes. Yeah, yeah, of course. You don't need to apply for anything. But I would highly encourage. Alan has a lot of really cool game stuff that you can apply already, and you can keep developing a lot of cool game stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Any questions? Anything that you guys wanna mention? I can show again the print. I printed myself, and it's actually really cool. I'm gonna make a cool base and it's gonna have the animation flow. It's not gonna have the name engraved this time because I think that will take too long for like all the voting to happen for them to print. That will take like just delay too much. I feel like that my animation has improved and I can get freelance, but it seems the main way to grow my income is my social skills, sending more messages, knowing contact with right people. Yes. Uh, How have you gone to it? How did you improve, or was your delay enough to make you safe? That is a good question. I feel like the more you have experience, like the more you work on the industry, the more like the soft skills you start learning. Because sometimes you're like really talented animator, but then you need like a little bit of soft skills. But that will be experience, and I think a great place to like get more of the experience is participating on the community, like giving feedback, seeing how people answer for the feedback, or receiving feedback, like sharing something, sharing some links, just like getting a little bit more interaction, making study groups, maybe get a couple friends like, hey, let's make a study group. I remember when I was an animation mentor studying, I made like a couple of study groups with like different people. I'm like, oh, let's make this group and we'll meet regularly, like every week or every other week, and we'll share everything we're doing, etc., etc. Yes, Michael, I know. Yeah, I will share the slideshow as soon as this finished. I'm gonna post on Discord. The recording will be up Monday. So no, I think it'll be up now on YouTube. You can rewatch. And now on Patreon is gonna be up on Monday because I'm gonna download it and schedule for Monday. I'm gonna become a mini version of Alex in my country. No, that is not a goal. You need to be a better version of Alex in the whole world. That's what I want you guys to be. Cool. Gonna show a little bit of the beach while we're still here. Sun just came up. Mahalan goes to the black sand. Yeah, I'll check if there's any black sand here. All right. Any questions, last comments, or we can just wrap the stream. I am in Oahu. It's an island in Hawaii, Honolulu. I think it's the city. Question: do you plan on having motion capture class? How to break this barrier of only making keyframe stuff? I see good judge the mocap knowledge required. Is it a fun thing to do? Yes. So that is another thing that I'm still on the process. That's why I don't have like a lot of those answers. But I plan to have more classes about things that I'm not a specialist, bringing people that are specialists on it, like first person shooter or mocap. I've never used mocap. I've never tried. I don't know how motion builder works. So I don't plan of teaching them myself because I feel like I will be better teaching something that I'm better at. But I do have plans of bringing people that are specialists on it and they making a module on specific things. Creatures is a maybe I will do it, maybe someone else can do it, but that is more like I'm still deciding how that would work on the structure that I have on Animation Flow and Patreon. I have no idea how I could do that right now on this structure, so I have some thoughts of like restructuring and stuff. But that's like for further future. I'm I'm planning like the next two modules, the challenge and the award show, which the next module I'm still not locked yet. I'm gonna make some like I'm gonna put some options and people can vote on what they want more. But it's it's still like that's what we have planned right now, and I have on my backlog much more like a much bigger plan for the future. But those things are not decided yet. But I'm always transparent about it. I do want to have this. And yes, this place is beautiful. I'll post some videos and photos on Discord as well. Cool. I see the membership link. Fashion workout class still in iAnimate, but you need motion cap. Yeah, you need good motion capture to work with. Yeah, so that is still on the still thinking about it. We'll see. Awesome. All right, I think we're good. Any other questions? Feel free to send it now or send on Discord. I will reply. I think Shade, I missed one of your questions. We're really talking about working games instead of feature animation. Is it short term or you move from animating in films to game animation? I did change it from films to game. I'm working on games animation right now. I don't think I made like a complete switch because I do like animating for feature. I still do some feature related stuff on the side. Oh, I'm gonna talk about that. I just saw the Udir comment here. This lighting foot. But yeah, so I am working at Riot Games as a gameplay animator, and I plan to continue working as a gameplay animator. Yes, but I do a lot of feature film related stuff, and I feel like if I leave Riot for any reason and start working feature film, I think I'll be doing gameplay animation on the side. So for me, it's not a full switch, but a lot of people are switching. It depends, like the phase of your career, what you like more, etc. Some people like feature, some people like game, and they bounce between each other sometimes. Oh, cool, cool, cool. All right. So I think that's it. I'm gonna wrap the stream today. Just coming back here and showing a little bit of what we showed today. Going from the very beginning. Advanced stylized character acting is our new module. And then Miara, that is our newest feature film quality character. Animation Flow Awards and AF Challenge. And do you think it's worth doing all the work, even paying little, giving your best? Yes, so that is one thing that I have for myself is that as soon as I accept a job, I don't care how much it's paying. If I accept it, I'm gonna do the best. If I don't wanna do it, I tend to avoid accepting it because like, oh, it doesn't pay well. I prefer knowing about the pay after I finish because it's not gonna change how I work. But I do understand sometimes it pays too little and it's taking too much of your time, but you still need to take it. It 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 varies a lot. I remember getting a freelance a while ago that was paying like long time ago, beginning of my career. I was paying like $20 or $15 per second and super low. Yes, I've done that for one was for Brazil, one was for Russia. It was a TV series. And they're like, oh no, because it's like fast paced, etc. And I was still trying to do something that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna show a little bit of experience, so I'm not gonna I think it was like even 12 seconds. $12 a second. And imagine like that is like so low, you need maybe 10 seconds for $120. And that is not even that long ago. It's not like 20 years ago. That might be like 6, 7 years ago, maybe no, a little more, maybe 8 years ago. So I've done it. It was good for like experience. It was good for getting my workflow to get faster. But at the same time, maybe if I were studying, I would take better. I didn't have a resource to study. Actually, I couldn't afford paying a full class. If I was studying by myself, I didn't have where to get feedback from. So for me, it made sense at the time. And sometimes you need like just a little bit of money to help out with some stuff. So it does vary, and I know the industry is changing a lot on this past like 5 years. So yeah, it's it's hard to. Yes, I agree. Sometimes it's better to use study instead, and then you can get something that pays like $50 a second, which is also low, but it's like 3 times more. I do agree with that. But if you need to pay bills and you need to survive, sometimes you need to do some things. But I would still try to do it a good job. want more live streams for you? Yes, I will try. I will try to do more live streams. We have two set up on the new module, so you guys gonna see me twice soon. Since we're looking for international freelance working in Brazil, apply everywhere that says remote, okay? Try to join communities that people share about like freelance jobs. But I've been having a hard everyone's been having a hard time finding like job lately and freelance. I think the industry is on a low, hopefully ramping up for the high. So it is a little tough these days, but I feel like it's just applying like LinkedIn. There's like that spreadsheet on Google. I think AJ shared some really cool resource on job openings and just like keep looking and keep applying. Hopefully something work out. The main thing is make sure you have a good understanding in on English because a lot of people have very good animation, they have good opportunity, but they don't speak English. And usually for freelancing, English is the main language, even if it's a different country. When I worked with Russia, it was English. Yes, I consider that animating a module class, and I say that almost every like just like, oh, I wish this was live because people could participate. I'm just not set on the exact time I record. Sometimes I record during the week, sometimes I record on the weekend, sometimes I record Sunday night, sometimes I record Saturday. So I don't want to create something so random that people will never know if they can join because I would love to have like an actual class. But for the future, I do have plans to have something more structured like that. Again, for further future. But yes, it is on my list. Thanks for bringing it up. Cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this break, and I hope you're excited to start the new journey from now to the end of the year with a lot of cool stuff. And I'll see you guys again next week. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for whoever woke up early or went to sleep late, or it's stopping in the middle of your day just to watch it. It's always exciting. Whoever's wants to rewatch or watch just a piece or want to watch it again, it will be posted. You can rewatch this, and who's rewatching the recording, glad you're rewatching. Very exciting stuff coming up, and that is pretty much it. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you all next week. And enjoy vacation and with the view